post-college, I lived 5 minutes away from them in an apartment. And I was very unwise, and I tried to put up track lighting all by myself late into the night, and almost caused a fire. Was trying to put some lighting together. So with one hand up holding the track, and another hand on the phone, I said, "Hey Dad, you want to come and help me put up some track lighting? It's only midnight." And he goes, "Well, sure, I'll come another day." I said, "Oh no, can you come now?" He was really disgusted, but he came like within 5 minutes and helped me put it up. So I always remember that. And when I think about his church ministries, I remember as a child running around the foundations and coming with him to church on Saturdays after piano lessons. And I remember looking over his shoulder at home when he would draw those peanut character Sunday school flyers, for those of you who remember those days. And I remember him making, using beach balls. So I see these beach balls lined up in our backyard. And then he was doing paper mache to make those peanut head Charlie Brown and Lucy piñatas for some Sunday school event. I remember him building those kidney-shaped tables for the church when it was built. And the huge production of the partitions being built, and all the deacons and the leaders of the church coming over and all working together, hammering and gluing and putting it all together and loading it into the U-Haul truck to bring to church. Just sitting there watching all that. And of course, the barbecues and the Webbers lined up in a backyard for all his Sunday school barbecues. And the Thanksgiving dinners for work guests from other countries, and later the college students from out of town. When I recall our own discussions, I remember him sharing about being a quiet example at work, how by his work ethic and by praying at lunch, people could see that perhaps he was different, and how he treated them as well. And so he said when people noticed a difference, then they would ask, and then he would share. He also understood my need to fly my wings and experience living out of the house, even though Mom wanted me to stay at home throughout college. Then he would give me feedback on guys when I was ready to date. He also gave his views on leadership, and when I started to be involved in leadership at school and church, and he took interest and gave advice on my education and career choices. And I know he really enjoyed being with our families. We took various trips together as a family: Hawaii, Hong Kong, Disneyland, Disney World. And of course, you know, he loved to take Rhonda's kids, Jared, Elise, and Jenna, on all those trips by himself. He alternated taking Rhonda and Dennis and me, Eric and me, to prime rib dinner in San Francisco Symphony. And one thing that really stuck in my head after I had children was he never imposed himself upon my girls. We'd go to his house, the girls would be sitting on the floor watching TV, and he would just quietly sit next to them, Indian style, on the floor, watching the same cartoon with them. He wouldn't say a word. Within 5 minutes, they were climbing all over him. And then he would purposely write his Christmas cards to our children with misspellings. He would always write Karnia instead of Karina, and he'd just wait to see her reaction. Then recently, he would always ask how Karina was doing in her color guard and how the latest competition went. And when she would come to the nursing home and bring her flag and her saber and her rifle, he'd always want to handle the weapons. And then he was always asking how Jasmine was progressing. And he loved to hear about her horseback riding. In fact, he had a special connection with Jasmine, our special needs daughter, who's behind in her communication, because they would always find these mutual points of enjoyment. So whether it was riding the train at the Oakland Zoo, trading hats, or poking each other, she just always seemed to bring the biggest smiles on his face at the most unexpected moments. So yes, he was a very involved father and grandfather who served and shared and enjoyed being with his family. We've all truly been blessed